Previously on board the Iona.
Cheers.
Everyone on the Facebook groups have been recommending this Turkish rosewater ice cream.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get that Sicilian lemon tart.
I like to try that as well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get that because everyone says it's the best.
Right. Enjoy.
Probably pizza in my teeth. So we've just had a fantastic meal in the Keel and Cow on board the Iona. It is a specialty restaurant, complimentary of P&O tonight, so thank you very much. Matthew is literally keeling over, and Wayne, that expression says it all. Recognised our work. This is going in a frame in the house, and I'm just like, I'm so excited! Are you?
Yeah,
I'm so excited. Turn the camera around. We're just like, just everything. Yeah. We do this because we love it. And like, oh.
Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me?
Morning everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are Holiday with the Heathers. Today is officially our full last day on board P&O Cruises Iona. We have got a very, very unusual day today. Not our typical jam-packed itinerary full of fun things to do. There's a couple of things that we're doing that stick to our traditions. So always on the last full day, Wayne and I like to enjoy lunch in one of the main dining rooms on board the ship. So today we are off to Coral or Pearl, I'm not sure which one we booked. And then tomorrow morning before we disembark, we always have breakfast in one of the main dining rooms as well. But we can't book that, we're just going to walk up tomorrow morning. But the plan is we are going to go to the restaurant for lunch, then I'm going to go to reception and speak to them because I need to ask if I can keep my suitcase till tomorrow morning, because I've got a few medical things that I don't want to just shove in a bag, because obviously I'm going to have like toiletries and stuff for tomorrow, clothing, and the bag's going to be way too heavy for me and my medical supplies are going to get squashed. So we've got a late checkout thanks to P&O. They've allowed us to go to the clubhouse between 9:45 and 10 AM, which is the latest possible time. I don't think there's going to be a rush because they're trying to stay in Southampton as late as possible because of this storm, which I'm going to show you in a minute. It's not pretty. And then once I have done that, I'm going to do a full ship tour starting from the bottom deck, deck 4 at the medical hut, all the way up to the top. Now I'm going to apologise ahead of time. I'm not sure again if I'm allowed out on the open deck, so I'll try and find some little routes, even if that means me running from one end to the ship to the other, just to film things like the reef. I think Wayne got a little bit of a recording from the other day when he was at the sports centre on the top deck on deck 19, and to be honest I probably wouldn't be able to go up that far anyway. But there are amazing Iona ship tours on YouTube. You can just literally go, like type in Iona ship tours. Cruise Monkeys do a good one. I think Cruising with Ben and David have done a good one. There's so many, and I know I'm not promoting our one, but to be honest we all work together. As I said, I've met Cruise Monkeys and they were so lovely. It's nice to promote other people within the community. And then once I've done that, I'm gonna have to come back to the cabin and pack. It's not going to take me too long, and then if I've got time I'm going to go and maybe have one last hot chocolate in the atrium for old time's sake, and then if I haven't got time I'll bring it back to the cabin, get dressed, and then we have got a really lovely evening ahead of us. We're going to act like it's no other evening and we've not got to be up early in the morning. We probably will come back to the cabin around midnight 1 because we are up really early, and that's one thing we've not been able to do. Wayne said he was going to get up for breakfast today at 8 o'clock and that did not happen. He's literally just woke up now and it's literally 10 to 12 so He went back on that word. But I'm not going to waffle anymore. I'm going to show you this storm. We're currently held in a bay just off the coast of Cherbourg in France, which makes me all excited because I believe the Titanic went to Cherbourg. It was one of the stops it went to before it went off the coast of Ireland, and that was where one of the amazing passengers got on the ship. I can't remember her name, but I'll put a picture here. She was my favourite character in the film The Titanic. If you haven't seen it, watch it. But I'm just going to flip the camera around and show you what we're playing with today. It is so bad. I'm probably going to get in massive trouble for doing this. I'm not going to go any further than the door. Look and listen to that. It's quite scary. So that's all you're going to get from me, because that is really scary. We're not even allowed on the open decks. So you can see how bad the weather is. I think we've just dodged, I think it's Storm Eunice that's battering the UK at the moment. And then the plan is we're going to travel as fast as we can from here in France to the English Channel and dock for Southampton at 7 o'clock in the morning. So luckily we won't hit any of the swells. So we're currently stationary here at the moment in this bay. The ship isn't moving, but they've got the thrusters going as much as possible and the stabilizers, I think that's right. But yeah, you can clearly see we're not moving anywhere. So I'm gonna go now, and we will see you next at lunchtime in the restaurant. So I've just informed the cabin that this little one said, I'm definitely getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning. He's just woke up at 11:45.
I did get up at 8:30 and you convinced me to go back to bed again.
Yeah, you got chicken hair, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, you left that little bit. That was turned out, didn't you? I actually did get up at...
He got up at 8:30, not 8.
What we're going? 7. Yeah, I got up at 8:30.
Is it pale or aqua?
We're going to Coral.
I'm sure it's pale, I'll have a look now.
We're going to... I got up at 8:30.
Yeah.
With all the intention of going to breakfast.
Yeah, I bet you did.
And you was like, oh, come back to bed, Wayne, come on, you don't need breakfast, come give me a cuddle. Next thing I know, it's 11:30.
Come on then. We'll have to just go and ask it what restaurant it is, because I'm not sure. That'll be good tonight, pure pop classics. Hi! How are you?
And the time is 12 o'clock noon.
Thank you.
Please, thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Well, since noon yesterday until our holding position at 9 a.m. this morning, Iona had travelled a total distance of 396 nautical miles at an average speed of around 20.5 knots. I thought I'd give you an extra update today, so you're all aware of our thought process, but also intentions at all times. Well, we exited the Atlantic 2 hours ahead of schedule, around 8 p.m. last night, and then continued at maximum speed, Storm Eunice. We rounded the north coast of France and the port of Cherbourg around about 4:30 this morning. And then we headed into the Bay of Seine, where we stopped and turned head to wind shortly after 9 a.m. Presently, we are some 35 miles east of Le Havre, and we are about 30 miles ahead of us, west of us is the port of Cherbourg. We have been in the holding position very well, and we're holding brilliantly on our pods and thrusters. This morning of the United Kingdom, and it is currently progressing across the country, with the south coast experiencing winds up to 80 knots, and in fact the Needles recording 100 knots mid-morning this morning. Thank you all so much for your patience and your understanding. Iona is a fine ship and is handling these conditions extremely well. Well, perhaps I'll leave you with an extra thought for today. A smooth sea never makes for a skillful sailor. And on that note, have a lovely afternoon, and I will be back at 6 p.m.
Are you ready to order?
Yep.
Can I, actually I'm okay with this, please, thank you.
Probably not. Have you got apple juice? Apple juice? Thank you. I change my mind all the time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you.
With milk?
Yes, please. Yep. Thank you.
Iona does the best.
With milk. Yes, please, yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers.
I am now going to film this beautiful ship. Jessica spent the afternoon capturing footage of the ship for a ship tour that will be premiering in the very near future. Wayne and Matthew made their way to Brodie's bar to participate in the last progressive quiz.
Good afternoon, Brodies. We are going to be starting our progressive quiz at 2:15. I advertised it at 2 o'clock to make sure that everyone was here, and then realised that there were people that weren't in the room that might be coming at 2:15. So we're going to start the quiz at 2:15. So in around just over 10 minutes' time. If you do want to take part, come and grab yourself a sheet from up here at the front and a pencil. If you've played before, make sure you put your team name on the top of the quiz sheet. If you have just joined us, it's progressive quiz that's going to be happening in just 60 seconds time. Should we change the screens over and have a look at what you're going to be doing today? Hello everybody! Hello. There we are. So we've all got into our teams. We've written Joker on the top. If we've still got a Joker left, I've got my magical piece of paper with all the numbers on and who's used their Jokers and who has not. Like I said, this quiz is going to be a longer one. It's 30 questions long, not 20 questions long. Okay, so 30 questions plus the bonus, which means there are 70 points up for grabs if you've still got your Joker left. If not, then that's 35 points. If my math serves me well. 30 plus 5 is 35. I've kept it nice and simple. There we go. Right, let's go for question number 1. Here we go, question number 1. So in the album title, what was the name of Ziggy Stardust's backing band? There we are, that's question number 1 for you. Question number 2. What is the name of this American singer-songwriter? Number 14. Oh, there we are. Who played Noah in the 2004 romantic drama The Notebook? Question 15. Oh, what a film! Who played the aspiring actress Mia Wallace in Pulp Fiction? Here we are, number 29, the penultimate question, other than the bonus. Gordon's alive. Again, hard not to say it. How it's actually said. Number 30. What have the Romans ever done for us? And finally, the bonus question, worth 5 points. All you need to do is tell me, in which year was Imagine by John Lennon released? 1 point. So in first place, with 93 points overall, they came to all the quizzes. They used their joker on the very first quiz and scored 34 points in their first quiz, 13 on the second, 22 on the third, and 24 in this quiz. It is the Peacocks. Where the Peacocks? Give them a massive round of applause. 93. Very well done indeed. And then, coming up from 14th place to second, successfully using his joker to score 50 points and winning that quiz, is Matt Quizzers. Matt Quizzers, give him a round of applause. He's in second place. Then we, in third place with 88 points, we had the North East Nutters. Where are they? There we are. Round of applause to them. But if you want to know, please come up and see me up here at the front and I'll let you know. But please give a massive round of applause for the Peacocks winning themselves 12 golden stickers. Very well done indeed. Thank you very much for joining me for Progressive Quiz as well. Don't forget you can spend those golden stickers at Prize Passport at 5 o'clock today. That's the only time you can spend them on board your cruise, because we've only got it on from 5 until 5:30.
Thank you.
She also strikes me as someone who, she also would say like, okay, we get you again, can you do it? She would say,
Sorry, I've already started digging in.
Yep, that's for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers. Oh.
Fine, I'll do it.
Cheers.
Sorry, 1 second. Are you on Instagram? Have you got Instagram and stuff?
Yeah.
There we go. So just put that in front of that.
In front of that.
And then Twitter is HWTH. Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you. Afternoon, everybody. So a little quick update. So we went to Coral today for a lunch in the restaurant. We all had the same fillet chicken sandwich with fries. Then Jess left us and went to do the ship tour. So me and Matt decided to stay and have dessert. We had jam, roly-poly and custard. Jess was away for about a good hour and a half doing the ship tour. So Matt and I then went to the Crow's Nest for a Costa hot chocolate. Obviously we couldn't film it because Jess had the camera. Then we went to round 4 of the Progressive quiz. Again, we couldn't film it, but I managed to get an audio file on my phone, so I'm sure Jess will include it in at some point. And then I went to ask how well we did. We only got 14 questions right on this last round, which gave us a grand total of 51 points, which made us come 15th out of 43. So on the whole grand scale of things, 15th place out of 43 places is not too bad at all. Then after the quiz, Jess just got back in time to answer the question 30, so she did make it back in time just to help us out with question 30. Then we left the quiz once it had finished and the winners got their round of applause and 12 gold stickers. We then went up to the Sky Dome because I've not eaten there yet, and I got hot dogs. Matt got hot dog and chips, and I can't remember what Jess got. I think she got pizza. It's in the clip anyway. Now we're all back to the room now because we're going to start packing things up. It's very sad. I hate this day. The thought of packing up and leaving this beautiful ship is really depressing. As we was walking back down the corridor to our room a minute ago, we could see people putting their suitcases out, and it just brought it home that we are going home tomorrow, and I'm not ready for that yet. I could quite easily do another week on this cruise, no problems. But once we've done that, once we've packed up and got everything sorted, we're going to go back out for dinner. I think we've got something in the 710 Club tonight, a 90s fest of like music and songs. We've got the clubhouse, sorry, later on tonight from midnight, where we can have a drink and a dance maybe, and say goodbye to everyone that we've made friends with. And there's just a few other things we've got planned as well. I can't remember everything. I need to have a look at the Horizon magazine again. But yeah, I just thought I'd come and check on, because I haven't been on cam much today. It's been sort of Jessica's domain today. The plan was to do the ship tour on the 1st and 2nd of the sea days, but things got changed, plans moved, and obviously Jess wanted to enjoy herself, and the last thing she wanted to do was go around filming the whole of the ship tour on day 1 and 2. So we decided to leave it to the end when it was a bit more quieter, a bit more relaxed, and then she could go and get on and do that. So the ship tour, I believe, will be a separate video from that. I'm not entirely sure if Jess has mentioned that, but if you haven't watched the ship tour yet, I think it's going to be in a separate video, so please check that out. And yeah, so the time is now coming up to 4 o'clock. So we've only got about 2.5 hours before we go down for dinner, so we better get cracking packing these cases, and we'll see you in a bit. We've just spent the last probably 2 hours making sure everything's packed up. We need to put our suitcases outside our cabin by midnight, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I think it was midnight, Jess said. Then they can take, then whoever takes them down to wherever they need to go, and then they'll take them off the ship for us tomorrow morning. As you just saw in the last clip, the sea is very rough, but thanks to the captain, he's managed to avoid the majority of Storm Eunice. So that is a relief. The water's still been very choppy. I don't know if Jess has informed you today that we weren't allowed to go outside on any decks. We're not allowed to even go on our balcony, and to be honest, you wouldn't want to. It's very windy out there, and it's just not very nice at all. But on board, it's been nothing but excellent, and you wouldn't even know about what was going on out there if you didn't have the windows, because the captain has done an excellent job of avoiding the big storms. We would be going down to the quiz now, Matt and I. We've been doing it every day, but it's not on today. It's instead in Brody's. It's where you collect your prizes. So all throughout the week, when you do take part in any game shows, any quizzes, you get stamps and a little book. Today is where you can claim them, exchange those stamps for prizes. So if you've got 3 stamps, you can get 1 prize of 1 stamp, and then you can get another prize that's worth 2 stamps. I think they start from 1 stamp all the way up to about 15 stamps. So you can, since you've got 12 stamps, you can get 1 prize that is worth 12 stamps, or you can get 2 prizes that are worth 6 stamps. You could get 4 prizes that are worth 3 stamps. It goes like that. Unfortunately, Matt and I and Jess didn't win anything today, not like we did on Britannia, where we got some goodies, so we won't be going there today. We're just waiting for Jess to get ready first. The plan is to go down a little bit earlier tonight because there's a few things that we want to see. There is a 90s themed disco or sing-song in the 710 Club, which we've never done before, so we'd like to do that. That's a little bit earlier tonight. That's on at 8 o'clock, and there's also one at 12:15, but we don't want to go to the 12:15 one. We want to be in the clubhouse at 12:15 because that's where all our friends that we've made over the last couple of days will be, so we do want to say goodbye to them. and wish them like a safe journey onwards. So we don't want to go to the 12:15 one, we want to go to the 8 o'clock one. But if we do the 8 o'clock one, that means we need to stop going down. We need to not go down for dinner like we've been doing recently at 7, because we don't come out till about 8:30. So we're hopefully trying to try and get down a little bit earlier today, around about probably about 6:30. That's the plan. Hopefully we'll be done at about 8, because dinner and pudding and starters and that normally takes about an hour and a half. It is a long process, about an hour and a half. So if we go down by about 6:30, we should be done by 8, and then we can go to the 7:10 Club and watch the 90s act there. There is other things going on. I think there's an artist called Shelly Ann singing tonight. Again, I don't know if we're going to be able to fit that in. There is another quiz show at 8 o'clock today that I'd like to have done, but I just don't think we're going to be able to fit it in. There's a few things going on tonight that we just won't be able to fit in, unfortunately. That's what it's like when you're on a cruise. Although they've got a variety of acts and that, it's impossible to try and fit everything in. If you do one thing, you're going to miss another thing. If you do that thing, you're going to miss the other thing. It's just the way it is, really. So we're a bit gutted that we can't see Shelly Ann, but we're going for dinner in a minute. I think we're going to go down to the Coral because it's our favourite. We've not done Opal for dinner, but Coral is our favourite. You get really good views. It's a lot bigger, it's a lot nicer, we think anyway. So we're going to go down to Coral for dinner tonight around about 6:30. Hopefully we'll be done by 8 so we can go to the 7:10 Club. And then hopefully once we've done everything we need to do, we're going to come back up here. I'm going to get changed into something a bit more casual, not so formal. So I've got a nice top on and jeans and that they need to go back in my bag. So we're going to come back up here, maybe get changed. Well, that's the plan anyway. And then hopefully once we've done everything we need to do, end the night in the clubhouse, say goodbye to everyone. It's going to be a sad time leaving tomorrow. I can't never say that word. I very much enjoyed myself, and I think Matt has. I hope Matt has. I know Jess has definitely enjoyed herself. And then we'll be getting off the ship tomorrow morning after breakfast, which is going to be sad. I think I said earlier when we was walking back to pack, there was already people with their suitcases by the door, and it just made it so real, thinking that we're going home tomorrow off this beautiful ship, back to reality. We haven't got too long to wait for our next holiday, luckily. Jess and I have got Walt Disney World in, I think it's going to be about 13 days by the time we get off. Obviously for you, we'd already been back by now. Probably, yes we will be, because this ain't going to go up for another 6 weeks. So yeah, we'll be back from America by then. But yeah, so for us at the moment, it's very sad that we're leaving. Tomorrow. It's making it all so real. We've waited 2 years for this and it's just gone so quick. It's been absolutely brilliant. But when we get off the ship, we have got Walt Disney World to look forward to in about 2 weeks. But obviously when you're watching this now, 6 weeks later, 7 weeks later maybe, we'll be back and gone then. So obviously if you're watching this, don't forget to check out our Walt Disney World vlogs that will be up.
This cruise we have been challenged with the weather. However, I must commend particularly Iona's bridge team for their professionalism, especially over the last couple of days with the weather coming north, and also how we have managed to hold the ship in position today. It is always a team effort, and I am very lucky to have such a competent and talented team to work alongside on the bridge. For those guests who are leaving us tomorrow, I wish you all a safe journey home. I thank you for sailing with us and look forward to welcoming you on board Iona, or indeed another one of our ships in the near future. For those crew that are leaving us, I thank you for your hard work and dedication during your contract, and hope you all enjoy a well-earned leave with quality time with your family and friends. I will also be heading on leave tomorrow, and my good friend Captain Wesley Dunlop will be taking command of Iona in the morning. It has been an honour and a privilege to work alongside the ship's company, whom I consider family. I thank them all and wish you continued success and calmer seas and lighter winds going forward. Well, I'll leave you now with a final thought for today. It can be said that travelling the world can leave you speechless, but turn you into a storyteller. So on that note, I know you will have some stories to tell from the experience you've had this week. But for now, we remember the sunshine in Lisbon, and I wish you all a great final evening, and above all, a safe journey home tomorrow. Thank you.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do?